Hello fellow finalists, my name is Izaya and welcome to my channel. First off, I know my computer fans sound like a jet engine and I'm working on a fix for that, like a new mic. Until then, bear with me. I decided to start things off with one of my favorite games, Wizard101. For starters, this is not my first time playing Wizard101. I started playing in 2014 and I've been a grateful member ever since then. My main wizard is Izaya Walker, my beloved Necromancer, but I'm not going to be using him until later on. I'll start a walkthrough of the game for every school, starting with the School of Storm, because Storm. Beside me is Hunter Battle Thief. My brother beside me is playing as him, and he'll be joining us every other episode. Without any further ado, let's get started. I have noticed that they changed all of the voices to something different. Like his voice used to be really, really deep. Okay, from here on out, I'm probably just going to fast forward a little bit just to save you all the boredom of watching me walk everywhere until I get a mount. So, I will be right back. But you can't mark more than one location, that's why it's pretty dangerous to use. It also consumes up a whole bunch of mana when you're higher levels. So for example, if you use page down right now, it will mark your mana for 3, and if you use page up, let me just get away from it real quick, you teleport back to it, and that marker won't be there anymore. Now be careful, because the page up or the teleport back has about like a 30-second cooldown, but just a small tip you can use. I'm going to mark Sarah because we have to come back to him later on. Okay, her voice used to be very, very high-pitched. Like, no kidding, high-pitched. It was really annoying to listen to, and I'm actually glad they changed that. So for this next quest, all you have to do is defeat some dark fairies around 3. Unless the defeat and collect is mean to you, then you have to defeat more than 3. But my brother over there got into a battle with a fairy queen, so his battle might take a little bit longer. Okay, bosses from here on out will have purple names. This fairy queen has a bit more health than the average dark fairy. She doesn't use any new spells though, which is good. Well, I think besides the life trap. Storm is a very hard-hitting school. Like, it's one of the top 2 hard-hitting schools, the other one being Fire. I chose Storm as starters because a lot of people like Storm, and they just like doing those types of things. You know, hitting hard. But they don't have the best life, though. And sometimes, very, very often sometimes, they fizzle, meaning they completely miss a spell, and it's really annoying when they do. Looked like he was dying for a moment there. Don't know why, but they always miss that. So it says heroism, but if I was a girl, would it be heroinism? No? Okay. So you mean all of the skeletons in unicorn way, basically. I marked Serenite Night Chance location, so if you have to, just go ahead and push the up arrow. You'll get there a lot faster. This dungeon is a solo dungeon, so unfortunately I can't follow Hunter inside, so I have to fight him myself. If you remember, you have a treasure card from Lady Blackhope. Click this treasure card icon on the top left corner, and you'll see you have a Seraph. Save this for later, for when you defeat another more stronger boss, not for him. Just saying. That is the fizzling I was talking to you about. Although death doesn't fizzle that much. Because I know from experience it doesn't. A helpful hint is that Rattlebuns can't kill you with just one pip. So whatever spell he casts here, like Dark Fairy, it'll do a little bit, but it won't finish you off. So you don't have to heal that turn. This turn I'm also not going to heal. I'm actually going to go ahead with the Thunder Snake and heal next turn. Because again, he can't kill you with just one pip. Okay, now he can heal you. He can kill you with one pip if you're below 50, but I was in the hundreds. If you're in the hundreds as well and he has one pip, you're fine. He doesn't have heal. If he had heal, this would be a much longer duel. For those curious, the chat I'm using in this friend chat is a new update where you can add a channel to your friends and you can chat with them without pushing this button, text chat or menu chat, depending on which chat you have. Well, there you go. There's two ways you can get to Merle Ambrose from here. You can either go through that gate, or you can go ahead and push end, on your keypad. You can also push this button right here that says go to commons. They all lead the same way. Also, in your book bag, you should have a new mount. It's not a permanent mount, but it will help you travel along a little bit faster. The normal mounts are 50% more than this, so about 40%. You should also have a new wand called the Charged Wand. Equip that as well. You should also have either robes or boots. Some people get a hat too. Now what this open hand means is that's pure damage. If I had a percent by it, that's percent damage. Meaning this 2 will go upon my spells, will basically add 2 to the damage of my spells. Well, if it was a percent, it will increase the damage output 2%, if that makes sense. The next quest after this you want to take is Enrollment.
My apologies.
Now what Merle did here is that when you accept either one, it will just give you the next one. So don't worry about it. This next one is 3 Streets, or Sergeant, where you have to do the 3 streets, Triton Avenue, Cyclops Lane, and Firecat Alley, but I'm actually going to do that in the next video. Just like before, there's 2 ways to getting to Ravenwood, or the Ravenwood School of Magical Arts, where all the schools are. You can either go through these doors, which will lead you into Gamma's study room. It actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. And then you go right out here. Ravenwood should be right in front of you, right here. Now, what Headmaster Ambrose was saying about the compass is that this is the compass right here. If you click on it, it will give you basically a map of where everything is. Just turn toward where you want to go, Ravenwood for example, and you're there. Or the library for example, if you keep going over there, you'll eventually reach the library. The last way is pushing home. Go home or home on your keyboard. On your keyboard, the compass is in. I'm actually going to push go home to show you. This is your dorm room. It's located on the right when you come into Ravenwood, and in your bank you can store a whole bunch of other things. My bank is probably full because I have more than one character on this account. When you're exiting the dorm, it's on the left-hand side, facing this way, but it should be on the right when you're coming into the commons. On the right-hand side is the girls' dormitory, which you cannot go in because you're not a girl. What you want to do now is just go to any school you would like in any order, and they will tell you more about the school. If you're wondering why my arrow is telling me to go a different way, just go to your quests by pushing Q or going to your book and going to quests and just click on enrollments because that's the one we're doing in this episode. This is our school, Professor. And in every school, you will see this book pedestal that'll tell you more about the school itself. But you can read those on your own, because I'm not going to spoil that for you. Just wanted to point out, in my opinion, fire is the worst school, only because I don't like fire. And you will figure out why in later episodes. It's just, I have a bad experience with fire wizards. The best school. jerk. There's just no other way about it. He's a jerk, and I feel bad for every myth wizard that has him, which is every single one. The School of Life is my grandmother's school. Her name is Grace Angle Eyes. You may see her here and there. And that is the end of the tour. Now, if you marked Merle Ambrose, which I really don't recommend since it's just in the commons, you can push page up to teleport back there, but I'm actually going to take the long way. Now, when he says don't forget to add it to your deck, you can go to your spellbook right here or push P. And the new spell card we've learned is Lightning Strike. It increases our accuracy so we don't fizzle so much. And what I mean by fizzling again is that 70% you see on that card, that's the chance we have of casting the spell correctly. If we don't do it, it's not going to work. So there's a 30% chance this will fizzle. But for something like Life, that has a 90% chance, yes, Life has the highest accuracy. Fizzling's not that big of a deal. The second most school that has the most least accuracy, I guess, is Fire, with 75. That will be it for today. Thank you for watching, and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I would love to know any suggestions you may have so I can improve my videos, you know, other than the loud computer sound you hear every so often. But that's it. In the next video, we're going to be talking to Sergeant Muldoon and getting the 3 streets started. The 3 streets should be these 3 right here. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.